Hello class, Machine here. Welcome to Chapter 8. In Chapter 8, we have 4 lessons. In our first lesson, we're going to talk a lot about ancient Greek culture. And a lot of it is things that we've learned about before. Things like, who are the Greek gods? The Greek gods are people like Zeus and Hera and Aphrodite. Things like that. We're going to talk about some things that were invented in ancient Greece that we still use today, or stories we still talk about, like the story of the Trojan horse, Aesop's fables. An example of Aesop's fables would be like the boy who cried wolf. These were all stories that came about in ancient Greek history. Also, we talk a lot about the Greek dramas, their plays. We still have theater and plays today. The Greeks invented the comedy and the tragedy. Also, did you know that there are a lot of buildings in Washington, D.C. based on Greek buildings? What's the word I'm looking for? Architecture. Architecture based on Greek architecture. The most popular being the Roman column. In Lesson 2, we get into sort of Greek science and philosophy. We don't dive so much into philosophy itself as is. These were the philosophers and here were their general beliefs. It is more what we talk about. People like Aristotle and Plato, guys you've probably heard of. The origins of the Hippocratic Oath that doctors take before they start their practice. Interesting things like that. In Lesson 3, things get a little bit more exciting. We turn to Alexander the Great, as pictured here. Alexander the Great is from Macedonia, which is north of Greece, and he goes ahead and he basically invades Greece that is in a weakened state as a result of the Peloponnesian War and all these civil wars. He takes over Greece, and then with his combined might of Macedonia and Greece, he goes on a tear, forming an empire through Asia, all the way over to India, which we talked about briefly when we did ancient India. Lesson 4 is sort of, it's called the Hellenistic culture. Remember, the Greeks called themselves the Hellenes. So Hellenistic culture is Greek culture. We talk a little bit about this sort of Greek culture that forms as a result of, Alexander the Great sort of adopts Greek culture. And then as he expands his empire, he takes that Greek culture with him. And you have this era where Greek culture is spread throughout the known world. And then it basically all comes to an end. Alexander the Great dies. But that culture stays. And then we have sort of the Empire of Alexander breaks apart and falls really with the rise of Rome and the Roman Empire. So that's where we're headed. Go ahead, move on to the next page. Check out the vocab. Take the vocab assignment, do that. And then please move on and do the teen biz for today, and that will be it for today. And then we'll dive into Lesson 1 on the next day. As always, if you need me, feel free to contact me. I encourage you all to come to virtual lessons when you can, and office hours if you need it. Alright, that's it for today. Have a good one. Let me know if you need anything.